Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about profiles and roles within Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. Profiles and roles are a way to set certain features and modules available for users based on their certain roles or responsibilities and tasks that they may do from day to day operations. So, if they're an accountant, they may want to look at general and finance, APAR, reporting. If they're a business manager, they may want to look at all the modules related to jobs, projects, sales, APAR, financials. If they are a sales manager, they may want to look at customer insights and data. So being able to set roles by the user helps them being able to navigate to those certain pages and modules more efficiently rather than having to deep dive within the system to look for things. And it just makes it much more efficient for them. So I'm currently in version 24.0, and looking at my settings, you'll see that I'm currently logged in as a business manager. Those modules that I can see as a business manager are going to be, things that I typically like to navigate toward. However, if I choose the ellipses, I can see there's a whole list of other available roles that I can toggle between: project manager, team member, um, different types of other ones I can log into, and it'll reset my screen to those features for me. As I exit out of here, I'm going to go ahead and navigate to the profiles page, which is where we create and establish and make all those settings for those different types of roles. You can bookmark this page if you like, and that will be set to your role center, your home screen. Looking from left to right, this is the specific type of profile ID, and then you have a short description of what that profile is representing. If I sort the source column, it'll tell me where this is established from. So Microsoft does come out of the box base application with these types of roles that you can use. As well as scrolling down, you can see that there are other available types of roles coming from ISV partnerships, extensions that are coming through the extension marketplace that comes with their own roles set for you if you'd like to use them as well. Then there are customized roles that you can create that are pages that you can personalize and customize there and assign to users too. So looking at this, you'll see that I can set these roles to default for users if I like. Those are for users that don't have an assigned profile already established for them. And then Show and Role Explorer is going to be if you'd like them to choose from the list that I was showing previously in my settings, they can choose any of those roles if they're enabled here to toggle between. So for today, let's go ahead and consider customizing one of these roles. And we have two different ways we can do that. We can copy an existing role, and that will create a brand new role for us with a new ID, description, and then we can customize it to however we want. Or we can actually customize an existing one, which we'll do that today. So I'm going to go ahead and customize the accountant role, and only because it's highlighted here, I'm just going to choose Customize Pages. And when I do that, it creates a new tab, and you'll see that it looks a little bit different than when I'm not customizing it. It's going to have a gray display indicating that I'm in a customization mode. So you can see I have this gray indicator here. And as I hover over this page, it'll depict red instances of where, I can make my changes. So if I want to perhaps hide a few things here, such as maybe history, I can choose this red indicator and select hide. Maybe we don't want to see trial balance. We can go ahead and hide that. Inventory doesn't apply to our legal entity. Let's go ahead and hide that. And I can also move things around. Maybe I want to make customers, after vendors, or move cost accounting over after, reporting maybe after that. So I can insert certain things, and maybe if it'll let me, I'll go ahead and put it there. Maybe that would be better. So if I hover further down, maybe I want to hide intercompany. We don't do intercompany transactions, so we're just going to go ahead and hide that. And, we can also customize other pages. It's not just the role center. So it can be a nice little workshop to do among your peers or within your organization to say, what would we like to see for our accountants or for our business managers or our sales managers or project managers. So it just depends on the role itself. If I were to go to cash management and go to payment journals, I can open this up. And maybe for check payments that we do, we don't need to see ACH details. So let's go ahead and customize this. So you'll see recipient bank account is related to ACH. That does not apply for checks. Let's go ahead and hide that. currency code, we only do USD for our company. Maybe we don't do multi-currency. If we're doing debits and credits within the line, we don't necessarily need to identify that within the columns here. We can go ahead and hide this and just utilize the amount field. And then we'll balance it out here with the balance account type and account number. So it's just, kind of showing what things you can make and change here. If I wanted to add something, obviously I can choose the plus field and I can look at the whole table and add certain fields back that I hid. So just something to think about. When I'm done making all these changes, I can click done and it'll actually complete all of my changes and say it's successful here. So I can close this tab if I wanted to. I can't really do anything else with it. And let's go back and take a look at this account and settings now. So a couple features here. Obviously, if you have customizations and you want to revert back to what it was before, you can clear customized pages. If you want to set this as your default, like I mentioned earlier, you can toggle this and enable it. If you have users that are going to choose to personalize on top of what you've already customized, if you wanted to make this disabled, then they can make those personalizations, and that's specifically to their login credentials, not across all the other users that are using this role. They can do that. But if you disable this and turn this on, you're basically saying that they can't make any more changes than what you've already established here in the customization. So just something to think about, maybe having a discussion within your organization about. After doing that, let's go ahead and take a look at how we can use this. So as I mentioned, I'm logged in as a business manager. If I were to switch over to that accountant role now, we should be able to see those changes that I made. And it's going to refresh my screen. It's going to change me into an accountant role. And let's go ahead and take a look at those changes. So now you can see this getting started was in the accountant role. I did not have that before in the business manager role. Some of these modules are showing differently. I had warehousing in the previous one. Now I have different modules kind of in a different order. As I scroll down, we should not see intercompany anymore, which we do not. It's no longer here. And so, yeah, some of those things, if I exit out of here, we'll be able to see those action items that I put in those pages that I wanted to quickly navigate to. It's ordered and showing what I wanted. And if we look back at the cash management payment journal and go into that check batch, we should no longer see the credits and debits, the currency code, the recipient bank account information. Those are all now hidden. So, you can move things around. It's similar to personalization, but again, it's used universally for that particular role. So that's all I wanted to show on how you can make changes. Another thing is user settings is where you can set those defaults. So once you are comfortable with the customizations you made for roles, you can actually go and look at all the users that are licensed here, and you can set that default role for them. So that way, every time they log in, it's going to just display that role. It's not required. You can leave it blank, and it's going to remember the role that they were previously logged in as, just as a note to remember. And another thing to remember is when you're setting up these profile roles, it goes across the whole environment. So if you're in Sandbox or if you're in production and you have multiple legal entities, these roles are available within that environment. You can use that across those multiple legal entities. And so they are different between each environment. Another thing is user groups. So user groups is if you have a group of users that you want to utilize and set a specific role for that, you can do that as well. You can set a default profile to that too. So just something to think about. A great topic is around permissions and permission sets and how they can be applied to users and user groups based on all the tables in the database, all the fields within each table, and how they can read, insert, delete, execute data. It can be quite extensive, as you can imagine, and being able to apply that to users so that way it can be much more robust and sophisticated at that level. So another great topic to discuss for a future session. So thanks for watching.